Looking to take your financial knowledge to the next level? You're in the right place. Welcome to Ask Ralph, offering accounting, technical, and financial advice. Whether you're looking to save taxes or improve your business, he's got you covered. Here's your host of Ask Ralph, Ralph Eastup Jr.
Welcome back to the Ask Ralph Show. Read an article the other day which I think is excellent for this time of year, and it's by a fellow by name Itty Glick Viatro. He is the CEO of a company called Votiro. He's the CEO and a co-founder. And he writes an article, The 5 Holiday Scams You're Most Likely to Fall For. And with it being the holiday season, I thought this would be a pretty apropos thing to talk about. And his basic contention to start off with is with the economy improving, this year's Christmas season is expected to be especially busy. And now that we're using more internet commerce and smartphones, they became the key for most people shopping. So there's some things you need to be aware of to keep yourself safe during the holidays. One of these things is what they call the off-the-press scam, the use of phony text messages and WhatsApp messages to spread malware, ransomware, and general misery. According to one study, 1 in every 25 apps supposedly issued by retailers, especially for Black Friday, were fraudulent. Researchers found no fewer than 32,000 phony apps delivering not news of special secret sales, but malware that could steal your credit card information and lock up your phone. It's expected this year that cybercriminals are set to make up to $1 billion using an array of phony deals and online scams. They expect fraud attempts to rise 43% this holiday season. So what are some of these most common scams? We can talk about these now. The first one's the online secret shopper. Say that 10 times, secret shopper. And remember from the old days, the secret shopper scam is back with a new online variation. And what happens here is a secret shopper, the victims are supplied with gift cards they can use to go shopping, what they call on assignment, evaluating a site's customer service delivery. And as a reward, you get to keep the items you order and actually get paid to do your work. We all know that there's no such thing as a free ride here, so this is a big scam. And what happens is to participate, you have to hand over personal details. See, this is a little part that they get you with, including bank account information. And you do that so that they can transfer your salary to you. Once you've handed over that information, the scammers cut off communication and use your details to apply for loans or credit cards or basically sell your information online. So, moral of the story, don't fall for any secret shopper scams. Number 2, Amazon, iTunes, Walmart, Costco gift cards. It's said here that Microsoft's Bill Gates once gave away thousands of dollars to random email addresses. But in those tough economic times, scammers have downgraded to just a gift card, maybe worth $100. However, a lot of people are clicking on these things. And what happens here is you see an email, and you may actually believe you're going to get this gift card from Amazon or iTunes or Walmart or Costco. And you may be a great customer of one of these places, so it doesn't seem outlandish that you would get these things. And what happens is you click on a link within that email, and you get transferred to what looks like an empty website. Problem is, it's not empty. Once it connects to your device, you're there long enough to dump a piece of malware on it that will actually open up a communications channel with your device with a remote command and control server. Then what happens is the hackers behind the site scan your device for useful information, credit card numbers, and other valuable data. So don't click on emails or other links that say they're going to give you free gift cards. Now, this time of year, everyone is generally in a cheerful and charitable mood. But unfortunately, this is a time when scammers come out in the area of charity as well. And you're familiar with most of the named charities, and for the most part, I think you're pretty safe with these. What you have to watch out for are the ones that have a name slightly different. For example, everyone's probably familiar with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. But there's also a fake charity out there called the Children's National Wish Foundation. And what they basically do is they take advantage of the fact that their name is very similar to the charity. You click on their link in their website, and next thing you know, you're giving your personal data and maybe exposing your devices to malware or some sort of other malicious software. The best thing to do in this case, if you're really feeling charitable, is go to the charity's verified web address. And I've talked about this in other broadcasts. Look for the HTTPS as well. Or pick up the phone and call them or send them a check. Another scam this year is the classic phishing or spear phishing. And this all has to do with the fact that these scammers know a lot of people do business with the big retailers like Amazon, Walmart, Target, or Macy's. So what they do is they basically come up with fake emails to flood your email box with messages telling you there's a problem with your order at one of these sites. And they ask you to log in and provide your credit card data, shipping information. Well, if you haven't shopped at one of those sites, well, it's pretty easy to avoid this scam. But if you did get one from a site that you recently did visit, chances are you might click on it. So what you need to remember is, if there's really a problem with your purchase, the message should include some information about the order in question, such as the order number, the item purchased, the amount paid. Instead, you never want to click on a link that says, well, give us the information. If they don't know what you ordered, then obviously this is a scam. So just keep an eye out for this one. That's one that really is aggravating, because they're taking advantage of the fact that they know where people are shopping. And the final one they mention here is what's called the holiday screensavers. And I think back to some of the times when on the computer somebody would pass around, oh, check out this, it's a fireplace screensaver. But guess what? The cybercriminals have also become adapted to this as well. And what they do here is they send out mobile apps or computer screensavers that have malware or ransomware developed inside of them, with the idea of getting access to your device and then recruiting your device to send spam or attack other devices. And who can't resist these cute screensavers like a Norman Rockwell holiday-themed image? But they rely on this email, again, unsolicited. It looks like it's legitimate and all that sort of thing. Well, and this doesn't affect iPhone users as it relates to apps, because if you download an app from the iStore, the Apple Store, it's already been vetted by Apple, so you don't have to worry about them. But if you're an Android user, you have to be more careful of this. Same way with desktop computers. There's nobody checking those things. So in the end, as we wrap up the holiday season in this part of the broadcast, just keep your eyes open for these things. And, don't get taken advantage of if something seems too good to be true, because it generally is. So keep your wits about you and be safe this holiday season.
You've been listening to Ask Ralph, brought to you by Sazio Accounting Plus. Please subscribe to and rate our podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a rating and review. Our podcast is produced by Carolyn Peters. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Ask Ralph Media. You can also hear me each week on 1450 WILM and on 1410 WDOV in Delaware, and on the iHeartRadio app. Submit your questions or ideas for future shows by sending an email to AskRalph@AskRalph.com.
The information contained in this episode of Ask Ralph is based on data available as of the date of its release. Sagio Accounting Plus and Ask Ralph Media Inc. is under no obligation to update this content if changes occur. Applying this information to your specific situation requires careful consideration of all facts and circumstances, and any information provided is not to be considered as financial, tax, or legal advice. Please consult your tax advisor or attorney before acting on any material covered.